$32 billion. 75 million more. This isn't protest. This is purchased revolution. Tomorrow they strike. Tonight, you see the receipts.
No King's Day, October 18th, 2025. Over 2,500 locations across America erupting in coordinated chaos disguised as democracy. They call it No Kings, but we've got the receipts. $32 billion from George Soros himself. $75 million from the Rockefeller Foundation. The Communist Party literally listed as a sponsor. Paid agitators already confirmed. This is not protest. It is professional revolution. While you sleep tonight, buses loading up, signs printing, and the same people who burned cities in 2020 are mobilizing again. Chuck Schumer is leading the charge after shutting down your government. The masks are off, the money trail is exposed, and now they're striking. And here is what is going down. Now, No King's Day chaos, it's not random. It's orchestrated by the same billionaires destroying your future. While they fund street riots, you need real protection. C60 Evo changed everything for my family. This Nobel Prize-winning molecule made lab animals live 90% longer. Now I know why. Brain fog vanished, joint pain eliminated. My wife's skin looks 10 years younger. This is not another supplement. It's cellular transformation. Chris Buras, he has perfected this in his Houston lab since 1991. It's 172 times more powerful than vitamin C. Now visit the link, c60evo.com/NNN, and use code NNN for exclusive savings. Transform your health while they transform America. Don't wait. Now, just a few hours ago, Speaker Johnson had this to say about the No Kings rally. It's going to bring together the Marxists, the socialists, the Antifa advocates, the anarchists.
They hate America. Now, tomorrow, the Democrat leaders are going to join for a big party out on the National Mall. They're going to descend on our Capitol for their much-anticipated so-called No Kings rally. We refer to it by its more accurate description, the Hate America rally, okay? And I'm not sure how anybody can refute that. If you think about what's going to happen here tomorrow, you're going to bring together the Marxists, the socialists, the Antifa advocates, the anarchists, and the pro-Hamas wing of the far-left Democrat Party. That is the modern Democratic Party.
The modern Democrat Party is Marxist, socialists, Antifa, anarchists, and the pro-Hamas wing. That is the modern Democrat Party. Speaker Mike Johnson, just 4 hours ago, posted this official statement on his official account. It turns out the Hate America rallies are being funded by the billionaire who hates America the most. Is anyone surprised? Linking directly to Fox News and, of course, the picture attached, George Soros himself. Sarah Rose posting this. The No Kings protest is going to be lit. What's this? Okay, so we have men dressed in maids' outfits, and that's how you protest. A man with bunny ears in a maid's outfit with a crown pasted to his outfit. Oh, these folks are on point. One person's sign says, "I'm a paid Antifa terrorist, disguised as a grandma." Okay, so you're admitting it right there. Is that supposed to be a joke? Senator Ted Cruz, 6 hours ago, on his official account, George Soros is writing the checks financing some of the groups behind No Kings, as well as previous political violence in our cities. That's how left-wing political violence happens. Different groups don't always talk to each other because they don't have to. Of course, he has a bill out called the Stop Funders Act and enables the government to hold financiers of left-wing violence accountable.
Well be riots. And the Democrats today are a party of radical interest groups. Now, I will say one of the most important things President Trump has done recently is he has pledged that he's going to go after Antifa. And what I've been urging is follow the money, cut off the money And you look at this No Kings rally, and there's considerable evidence that George Soros and his network is behind funding these rallies, which may well be riots all across the country. And Soros is writing the check. And so I've introduced legislation called the Stop Funders Act that would add rioting to the list of predicate offenses for RICO. Why is that? Because it would let the Department of Justice use RICO, racketeering, to prosecute the money that is funding the anti-Semitic protests on campuses, the pro-open border protest in L.A. and other cities, and these No King protests. Anyone that is supporting rioting and violence, it lets you go after the money. And I'll tell you, there are more than 200 left-wing groups behind these No Kings rallies this weekend. They deliberately are blind to what each of the others are doing. That's part of how they avoid accountability. RICO is designed for precisely that sort of criminal enterprise. And so I believe the Senate, we ought to take up and vote on and pass our Stop Funders legislation. And
RICO, baby. RICO charges, if you recall, President Trump said that very same thing from the Oval Office. No Kings 2.0. Full cash analysis. The protest industrial complex is extremely network coordinated and flush with cash. Follow the riot incorporated money. Now, this is a spreadsheet, and you can see some of the names of the organizations that are part of it. How much money the organizations are getting, millions and millions of dollars. Here is a list of the partners of the No Kings rally. American Atheists, Americans United Beyond the Ballot, Capital Indivisible, Climate Defenders, Climate First, Care Action. Let's see, we have Democratic Club, Alliance to Reclaim Our Schools, Art Workers United, Blue Future. Let's see, Climate Museum, Catholics. Like, this is the list of all the groups. Center for Biological Diversity. Build Resistance. The ACLU. So the spreadsheet here shows all these groups and all the money. No Kings partners. This is a list of all the No Kings partners. And it looks like these, holy cow. At the very top, I know you can't see it. It gets cut off. The Arabella Group, Buffett Group, Ford Group, Rockefeller Group, Soros Group, Tides Foundation. Holy God. Oh my goodness. $294 million. Almost $300 million contributed to this. Holy cow, dude. This is absolutely insane. So, yeah, this is not some kind of little grassroots thing. This is a highly coordinated effort. I mean, it's pages and pages of sponsors' logos. Sponsors, page after page, 3 pages. I mean, I can't even go through them all. Oh, my goodness. This is insane. Wow. Follow the money. No Kings. That money goes right to George Soros. And here is a map of the No Kings protest events, October 18th. You can see the breakdown. I'll do another zoom for you guys so you can see it better. Coast to coast. This is Ed Krasenstein. Coast to coast. Look at them all. Highly concentrated in urban areas. Look at that. Midwest. Look at them all. These are not spontaneous grassroots efforts, friends. This is a highly coordinated, well-funded communist revolution happening right here in the United States. And you just heard it from Speaker of the House, Senator Cruz, even from the Oval Office. Follow the money. Arrest them for RICO charges. Jason Storm Chaser writes, funny thing, the reason we don't actually need a No Kings rally is because a bunch of white Christian colonizers held one 250 years ago. No Kings, right? C3 writes, how long has their reign in government been? Chuck Grassley, 50 plus years. Chuck Schumer, 44 plus years. Mitch McConnell, 40 plus years. Nancy Pelosi, 38 plus years. Maxine Waters, 37 plus. Bernie Sanders, 34 plus years, etc. Trump, 4 years, 9.5 months, but Donald Trump is a king. 7 hours ago, the White House memeing hard. If no kings, and explain this. Democrats shut down. New York, king of sombreros. Chuck Schumer wearing a sombrero, the famous sombrero meme. Here's, of course, White House was quote tweeting Chuck Schumer.
This weekend's No Kings rallies will be an affirmation about what America is all about. We are a democracy in America. We have no kings, despite the fact that Trump has even said he wants to become one and is acting in ways that are a threat to our democracy. And I say to my fellow citizens, do not let Donald Trump or Republicans intimidate you into silence. That's what they want to do. They're afraid of the truth. Republicans are going apoplectic because Americans are exercising their right to free speech. I say to Americans, show the world how much we love this country, how much we love our values, how much we love our democracy and want to preserve it. And don't be afraid. Trump and the Republicans want you to be afraid. They don't like free speech. When it's free speech, they don't want to hear. But we're not going to let them intimidate us. For weeks, Republicans have tried to vilify these rallies. They call them the most ridiculous of terms, hate America rallies. These are love America rallies.
Yeah, right.
They call them terrorist rallies.
Yes, they are.
That's just despicable. Do not let Donald Trump or Republicans intimidate you into silence.
Yeah, well, you know what? Chuck Schumer can cry all he wants on the Senate floor. But the reality is like I just showed you, these are not grassroots actions. See, I cut my teeth in my early days of activism in the street, doing true grassroots activism. I wasn't paid by any organization. I was there because my heart told me to be there. Okay, we didn't have sponsor lists and hundreds of millions of dollars backing us. No, we went out in our street. We had small donors, people giving us $5 and $10 so we could buy DVDs and burn them and pass them out. That's true grassroots activism. What you're going to see on Saturday is AstroTurf terrorism. Crybaby alert. Tears of the Left post this 24 hours ago. George Conway goes full Broadway with his No Kings speech. Gave the most dramatic history lesson since that one kid who cried during Hamilton. He called authoritarianism a cancer that's metastasizing in America. Shouting about soldiers in the streets like he's narrating a disaster movie. Listen.
Chile, Russia. The symptoms are here. Today, masked agents grabbing people off the streets, the government threatening and prosecuting political opponents, attacks on free speech, soldiers in our cities. We thought it couldn't happen here. Other places? Sure. Italy in the 20s, where fascism was born. Chile, Russia, Venezuela, Hungary. And now, the disease is growing. The cancer metastasizing in America. Now. But there's a cure. It requires you. On October 18, at the nationwide No Kings protests, Americans will stand up peacefully for what makes America, America. Scan the QR code to find your local No Kings event.
Okay, again, sure, they might be peaceful during the day. Wait till the sun goes down, because that's when it all goes to hell. No Kings, you say? What's Adam Carolla saying?
California. If somebody said to me, Adam, I'm going to be the king of California. And I was like, okay, what's your platform, king? Well, we're going to close the border. Oh, okay. Clean up graffiti. All right. Get this homeless problem situated. Yeah.
Stop the illegal flow of drugs.
Stop the illegal flow of drugs and pull the plug on the bullet train, which is going nowhere, but I'm going to clean up San Francisco and LA. I'd go king away.
Yeah.
King away. Go knock your kingly crown off trying to do all the I'm happy you're doing now.
I love that these are also the same people that love Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and probably want him to be king.
Yes.
You know, it's like, wait a second. I thought we were anti that, like the royal family. You're anti-kings and fascists, but you support them in Cuba and China. And
they're a little inconsistent, is what I would say. If somebody said to me,
inconsistent indeed.
I'm going to be the...
Okay, let's keep going. Hakeem Jeffries continues to defend the Hate America protests the Democrat Party has planned.
Consistent, the notion that the No Kings rallies is anything other than a patriotic act consistent with the First Amendment right to express yourselves and petition the government for a change in policy continues to reveal that Republicans are clueless as it relates to the Constitution of the United States of America, or they continue to lie for political reasons. Right? There's nothing more patriotic in America than expressing yourself, particularly when it comes to expressing yourself in a peaceful manner related to disagreements that you have.
Okay, Timu Obama. Now, again, I say these protests, a lot of them, sure, there's probably good meeting people in them. But then the agitators who are paid to disrupt and destroy, they're the ones that turn them into terrorist acts. Here's Harmeet Dillon. Happy Friday from her.
And Justice Back. Happy Friday, also known here in D.C. as the No Kings Day protest. Everyone will be glad to know that I haven't encountered any kings here in my time working in D.C. here in the swamp. I have encountered a lot of really hardworking American patriots who are working hard to bring sanity and justice back at the DOJ. Proud to be part of that team. And I hope everyone stays safe from crazy Marxists who have organized this protest today. The First Amendment is very important. We believe in that. And I hope everyone stays safe out there.
Stay safe out there. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So No King's Day isn't a protest, it's a test. Will America fall for another billionaire-funded color revolution? Soros dumping $32 billion, Rockefeller kicking in $75 million, the Communist Party signs an official partner. They expect you to believe this is grassroots. They're not even hiding it anymore. Same playbook from 2020, paid agitators, coordinated chaos, media cover. But here's what's different. Now we have the receipts. We know who's paying. We know who's playing. We know their game. So while Nancy Pelosi tweets about California propositions and career politicians with 40-year reigns called Trump a king, the real oligarchy funds street theater to keep you distracted. So the question is this: should organizing riots with foreign money be prosecuted as sedition? Yes or no? Let's have a conversation. And show them you see through their psyop. Gear up at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. All right, they may march, but Sunday, Trump is still their king.